Hi, my name is Jamie Cadieux, and I'm an extreme softball coach. I have 2 kids and a very busy life. My husband and I both work full-time, so we're very excited to be with the Extreme organization with our softball team. I've been coaching softball for 5 years, select softball, and just made the switch over to Extreme this year in order to get more support and more resources for our players. They have some big goals, and to get them where they need to be, we just needed more support. Thinking about just the coaches that are here, they do it professionally. So they keep very up to date on the new technique and new skills. They use technology to help them. And so I'm learning along with my players and able to support them as they learn new things. And then we also get support with conditioning and just more hours of training as well. So the network training in the winter we're very excited about. Everyone was so very excited just to have resources and facilities. So previously, in order to get time in an indoor facility, we had to kind of work very hard at that and do lots of fundraising and trying to figure out even just finding a space. So having access to the space in general and indoor and outdoor facilities has been huge. But then there's also the idea of specialized pitching areas and hitting areas and conditioning and plyometrics. And so those things are new to our team, and everybody's been so excited, and I've seen it raise their level of motivation. I think they see all of the people around them supporting them and all of these tools that they can use to get better. And I've just seen their level of motivation and effort and positivity really skyrocket. So we're just in our first month, but I have already seen some key things, and I was having a moment yesterday where I was thinking, gosh, related to this one skill for one of my infielders, we were a little stuck. And to see just within one session, we got to combine with one of the older teams and have some of those coaches and players mentor and support our players. I saw immediately some application in a game last night of just some of those new things that we learned, and I was really excited to see that, and makes me even more excited for what's to come as we move towards spring. That expectations are high, but there's a lot of encouragement to reach those expectations. And I think that from a coaching standpoint, you're never stuck and you're never feeling just on your own. You get to brainstorm as a group, you get to learn from one another, and everybody picks each other up. So a lot of positivity, and I think that environment of I belong to something bigger than me has already started to encourage our players, and I've watched them then pass it along to some of the younger players in the organization. So within our group, we have 3 teams within our age level, and my girls tend to be on the older end of that grouping. And so I've watched them be mentored by some of the older players, and now them passing that along to some of the younger players, and that's been really fun to watch. I played ball at a high level, but then I went on and had a career and kind of went away from the game for a little while. And so during my first 5 years of coaching select, I was teaching what I knew. And what I'm learning now is just some of the arm mechanics related to throwing, that there's a little more fluid mechanic that we could use, and that's also a little bit safer for arm health. So I'm excited to grow there. I feel like that's probably the biggest thing I've taken away in this first month, of just those throwing mechanics are just a little bit smoother than what I was using before. Hitting mechanics, when I played it was a lot of short game, and now it's big hits and long ball. So I'm learning a lot about how that swing has evolved and how to teach that, and that's newer for me. When I coached and they were younger, it was like, okay, I know all of these basics they need to learn, but now I'm to a place where I'm like, okay, what's next? Like I can think of all the things they need, but what sequence do I do it in that's the most productive and supportive, and also challenges them? Are my expectations high enough? So having that insight of like, okay, where should they be by 12U, by first year of 14s, second year 14s, particularly for my girls who have goals beyond, even in high school or beyond high school. The thing that I love most about coaching is that you're helping kids grow, right? Helping them find their confidence and their self-esteem, and understanding that they can overcome hard things and they can overcome failures, and really failure's a good thing. It's going to be how we grow. And so helping girls particularly embrace that and grow through it and gain confidence is probably my number one. And hopefully allowing that to then lead them to a very empowered life where they're kind and helpful and supportive to others, but also believe in themselves enough to be advocates and stand up for what they believe in. So probably that empowerment piece and that confident piece for girls. The other thing that I want to tell the coaches out there is that a lot of times we think we don't have time to do what we love or to give back in this way. But I have found that through the Extreme organization, I have not only the access to the facilities, indoor and outdoor, and the coaching expertise like we've talked about, but I have administrative support. So budgeting, collecting fees, reserving fields, reserving indoor space, signing up for tournaments, getting uniforms. All of those things took so much time when I was coaching before, and now I really feel like I just get to coach and have all of that support. So I wanted to just point that out as something that has been a big time saver, which is going to allow me to keep coaching as a sustainable effort as I go along. I'm Jamie Cadieux. I'm an extreme softball coach. I'm excited to win it right.